Welcome back to another video on my channel today. In this episode, in today's episode, like one of the roughest videos I have ever done. I'm going to be giving you guys my top movies that I absolutely and that I truly hate, and I hope that I never have to watch again for any ever. And that I will watch any of these movies again, because all I will never watch again. Matter of fact. But that's all I have to say. Let me know down in the comment section, what movies do you despise the most? With that said though, guys, be sure you like, comment, friends, because that'd really help out my channel greatly. And if you're new to the channel, I do more than just movies, and also do Lego related stuff, and I play videos that here on the channel. So if that kind of stuff is your speed to watch, please make sure you go watch a couple of my other videos. Give a couple of my other videos a chance, guys. Please make sure you click that red subscribe button, but most important, anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. With that, let's get started here. Alright. 10 is going to be The Blind. This true story that is the greatest movie of all time. Honest, guys, I'm in the minority here. At all. I can't even get into like a full 30 minutes. That's how boring I think this movie is. And if you were to ask me which movie, what is the most overrated, that I would say two other movies that I didn't particularly care for that are Forrest Gump and The Shawshank Redemption. And I'm not a fan of dramas. That's why I don't like those two, as a matter of fact. But I know. And the reason why two movies or think they're overrated is because I got halfway through the bowl and then I turned them off. So when I get when I at least get through like half of the, a little bit more than a half hour, it makes sense why people, because that lets me know quality for some people, and I got in through, I was done. And then sometimes I hear even people say that this movie is Shawshank Redemption. I don't think so. Gump. And the rated is because it's just odd when a couple of people can't get through and then everybody else, which is like, can say this is the best movie ever made. of my life. Truly, I do not like this movie. I think it's overrated. If you were to, I don't get why people like this movie because, like I said, less of this movie than I did with the Shawshank Redemption. So yeah, I don't care for this movie at all whatsoever. At number 9, I'm going with American. This is another movie like The Blind Side. Minutes of this movie. It's it ha in my opinion it has no redeeming qualities right off the bat, and it doesn't make all whatsoever. Like the 1950s year anniversary racism. But if you guys know a little bit, you kind of know. But I'm not going to really get into that. But at least what Luther King Jr. gave his speech, it was since the black people were, as a matter of fact. So yes, I am talking about when Martin Luther King gave his. Understand the whole point of this movie. I get it. No, nobody does a thing. I'm not gonna talk any more about. This movie has to do with racism, and that's what I don't whatsoever, and it doesn't make sense, but a little bit appropriate and PG. What you guys all know. At night, I am going with a horror sequel, Saw 6. So now, this is my least favorite Saw movie. Absolute worst of the. And in particular, it doesn't feel like it's like the other victim selected in this movie are like were Saw movies. And in case that didn't make any sense to you, the Jigsaw targets the Saw movies, but in a particular movie, nobody in this Saw film feels like deserved to get selected. This movie is dramatic for no good whatsoever. All the people that were on the merry-go-round, I hated that. I despise that part. Because I don't know why Jigsaw those people. Associates to the particular main guy And yeah, there just wasn't a whole bunch of redeeming quality at all whatsoever. Felt like they deserved to get selected, and that is why is this movie because it's so absurdly and yeah, it just did not make any sense to me as a matter of fact. Number 7, another horror sequel, A Nightmare on a Dream Master. Ask me, I think this is one of the worst ever made, in my opinion. I'm sorry for you for your Nightmare on Elm Street that that like this movie. I did not care for this one at all. This is my least favorite out of all of the night. I despise this movie because it doesn't do much at all. Our main characters, we have our main movie from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warrior. But then what happens is they get killed. And these people that nobody knows anything about. And it just felt like, hey, let's kill characters off from the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie. These new characters that we introduced to will have really know nothing about Freddy and will turn a girl into weird and upsetting, and I did not like that part where that girl and she ends boxes. I did not care for that move. I did not care for that part at all. And what I also don't like about are surviving characters from the last Nightmare introduced to these new characters. And like I said, and that just makes the whole movie disturbing. It gets more disturbing when I have to watch somebody for no particular reason. I felt like they could have done something that was nothing like that at all. And I hate it so much, and I despise it. I really want them to change that part. Movie already made. Because they are. But yeah. I did not whatsoever, and yes, in my opinion, best horror movies of all time. Number Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Another horror sequel that hey, Michael Myers burned to death in Halloween 2. Let's just create a concept about these masks that murder children. That movie and see how that goes, and you tell liked that movie. Like this movie at all. like into the Halloween movies. I actually heard been the black sheep of the Halloween franchise. Opinion. This is the worst Halloween movie ever made because with Michael Myers at all whatsoever for any determined amount of time that I don't like watching awful things. It's in a horror movie or in a war movie. That's why I have never seen Schindler's List or The Boy in the because in both of those war movies die. And that. And then in Halloween in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, I have to watch children die. There's these 3 masks that children are upset. They get stuck to their head, and then they die. There's literally nothing to this movie for it just to be creepy. And this is another movie I hope I never have to watch again. This is another horror just erase from my mind. Never watch again. Because truly, I did not care whatsoever. At number 5, Downsizing. That laugh there for a second, guys. This movie is dumb. Movie are stupid. Is sad. I truly do not like this movie. I can't think of that has seen this movie, and this is not a highly rated movie. Never seen it and or heard about it. So in this movie, and so basically, in this entire movie, they create this scene with little people, like Honey, I Shrunk the. The only reason why they have little tiny people is that some scientists wanted to people, and they thought that was weird, and this is dumber and stupid, and it's sad. So basically, what happened was they created their in the movie. So what it does, it turns you in the entire movie as, and then Matt Damon decides to do the downsizing and split up with his, because his wife doesn't want to do the downsizing, and he does the downsizing. And the saddest thing is, he can't get big. Those tiny people can't get big again at all. At the beginning of the movie, when they introduce you to the little tiny, you think that they were born that way. But no, they reveal that everybody that has been downsized has been put in the downsize machine of being big again. And it's sad because he can't get back to the one person that he that and I actually watched this movie when I got senior prom, and I'm all like, watch this. Somebody already told me this movie. Oh Lord, I regret watching this movie because it's dumb. The decisions in this entire because who creates to shrink people like that? Create a machine or some way to their normal size. It's just a stupid movie. And this is one absolutely despise. And I think I can't even stop talking about the movie at all whatsoever. Like, the Rotten Tomatoes on Sausage, Tomatoes on Dirty Grandpa, even both of the audience of those movies are lower than sizing. And to be honest, I would rather watch or Sausage Party over Downsizing. Because I think those movies are Dirty Grandpa, I think, is a top 10 comedy for me. Guilty pleasure, but still, anything better than a straight up bad movie, at least. Yeah. I do not care for Downsizing. This movie was, like I said, the whole movie is stupid. Seen this movie, and if you're thinking about giving, it is dumb, and I'm saying it is dumb. It is a dumb movie, and in this movie they just make ever in a movie, and yeah, at all whatsoever. Number 4, Exorcist franchise. Like I mentioned, I don't like watching awful things happening. This has to do with awful things. And all of these movies made 6 of these movies, and they played most recent movie into a trilogy did with all 3 of the Halloween movies, and directed the Blumhouse trilogy, and he directed The Exorcist. So he left the 2 Exorcists because they're all like, let's bring the Exorcist franchise same amount of money and try to do the same thing. Like we recently got the Halloween Blumhouse trilogy. Stupid and weird that they another 2 Exorcist movies. Like, not think there needed to be more than one of these. Truly, I do not care for the first one because, like, things happening to children at all. Oh, I know for some of you people that grew up watching The First Exorcist, even though you had so much nostalgia. Truly, yes. Possession movies, Adam at all. And whenever these they try to help them, I don't get how they're like trying to help them. So that's another thing that I really don't like about this movie. The whole concept of them trying to help the girl. The number one big major reason on movies is that it has awful things happening to and when the devil makes them say, I don't want to go to hell. When the devil that scares me, because then it doesn't feel like if they die in possession, that makes me feel like God would send them. And I don't like religious horror movies either. I feel like they're being a little bit disrespectful to God. I don't like it when people disrespect God. I'm a Christian. And yeah, I don't know if they actually talk bad about God in these. Truly, I am not a fan of religious horror movies. I like the concepts of any of them. And do with possession. I've never seen any of the. I don't like anything that has to do or demons possessing people, because to me, I'm happy, and to me it just doesn't lead to anywhere good at all whatsoever. If you guys have some nostalgia for the first one at the very least, I respect your opinion. I know these movies are fake. But like I said, I don't like watching on children. And I know these movies handle watching all of these horrific children, if you were to ask me, as a matter of fact. Listen to the top 3, the big heavy movies I absolutely despise is going to be. I'm talking about Cruel Intentions. But yeah, guys, if you guys have followed time on this channel, you guys all know Spoon, and her ex-husband is in this movie. A while back ago, I did why I don't like him and what I've read in her. Matter of fact, and this movie literally describes, even though it's not a true story, Ryan Philippe is a very. This movie is pretty damn. Because it's about a guy that treat women fairly, and he has affairs with women. The whole movie on what I don't even understand why there's 5 of these movies. There did not need to be 5, because we got the whole thing in the. Ryan Philippe plays this guy that mistreats women. Got it. There's the first movie did not need to be. This movie did not need to be a franchise like the Pirates of the Caribbean, and these are about people doing the right thing. The first is about people doing the wrong thing. As a matter of fact, and I hate Cruel Intentions. I actually think it's one of the worst ever created, in my opinion. And you watch this movie ever again, if you were to ask. Our runner-up at number 2 is going to be Terrifier 2. So now, I know of the Terrifier movies, but personally have not been for me at all. I do not like as a horror icon at all whatsoever. I do not like Art the Clown at all. I think he's a very disturbing villain. What I don't like about these at all is that there's no backstory. He is like he has no backstory. This creepy clown, and this whole movie just screams blood, and it makes me upset. Like that one scene where he scalps Allie. And this movie to have delusions. I absolutely hate this. I hate both of these movies because all it is helping people and watch horror movies or any kind of movie, all the blood, guts, and gore. That absurd, in my opinion. And I on YouTube, and I met a couple of horror fanatics, and I know some horror fanatics say when you up the blood and the gore, and doesn't make the movie better. Like to me, that just and more ridiculous, and they just are absurd every time just because they can. If you're gonna kill a character off, kill a character off. Character's death more brutal every time. And that's what both of these movies feel like to me. And it sucks that they do that. I despise both of these movies. Number 1, the movie that I despise. This is that went straight to DVD. The Farm. It's just called The Farm. This movie is ridiculous. It is. So basically, those of you guys that have never heard of, let me tell you what it is. So it's about these stupid animal masks, and they're cannibals. Like, the animal mask is their face. It's part of their is that they kidnap people. In fact, they kidnap people. farm animals. They treat the guys like pigs, and then hammer, and then they take them into the kitchen so they can get all cut up like in bacon that you would get from a pig. They treat them like cows because they have the cows things, whatnot. And what happened is that one of those women in the cage, and they took the baby from her, baby on the head with a sledgehammer, and killed garbage disposal. Oh my dear Lord in heavens. The most disturbing thing I have ever in a movie. Why? Just did it for no good reason. Why was this movie, as a matter of fact? But at the very main protagonist is a couple, but then there's only 2 surviving girls left. But what also happens is that another woman is in a barn, and then what they do is that they cut hip open with a knife, and they collect woman's eggs in a cup of fresh I don't really know how to describe it, but anyway. And then what happens to the 2 final girls that captured by these people, and they have apples in their mouth, like a pig that you serve on a tray. When this movie ended, I'm all like, disturbing. This movie even made? Who paid for this movie? And why was this movie made in the first? It's just nothing but disturbingness. And it's disgusting. Do not watch this movie, guys. I am telling you, this movie has nothing but gags. And the #1 movie, I even think this is the worst in my life. And absolutely despise the most. I am telling you guys, do not watch this movie. In fact, guys, let me know down in the comment section, guys, you despise the most. And I'm not surprised. There's a lot of bad movies out there, and there are some bad, and there's other movies that at the same time. So there's movies that are worse than just, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I do not care any of these movies I just mentioned, as you probably 10 movies that I absolutely. But so yeah, guys, that is gonna do it for this video. As I already said that. Be sure you like, comment with your friends, because that would really help out my channel greatly. Those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than physical media related content. I also play. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if YouTube, guys, please make sure you go watch my other videos. if you do end up liking this channel, guys, please make sure you click that red notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe. Guys, I'm gonna go get ready back to more videos sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, though, guys, drink water and stay safe, and I will see you all. Bye.